Let's move on to our no huddle segment, guys. We're going to talk about college football for a second. College football playoffs are starting soon, and there's a lot of drama going on right now as of the past couple of days. With, of course, JMU making the playoffs, Tulane making the playoffs, and not Texas, not Notre Dame, not these other teams that we think are well qualified for the playoffs. So, Rell, you up first, man. How do you feel about the whole college football playoffs drama that's been happening over the past week?
Man, it was just absolutely crazy. Like absolutely crazy. And before the bracket even came out, I said that uh that Alabama shouldn't have even played Georgia again because like they already played their game. They played the game. So Georgia, they had the tiebreaker. They shouldn't have even had to play that game again. But the fact that they did play the game, Alabama has 3 losses. They should be out the playoffs. Alabama hasn't played good football this year. They lost to a really bad FSU team, been in competitive games with a whole bunch of top 10 teams, and then like the one ranked opponent they played, they keep on getting absolutely embarrassed by them. Like I don't think they're able to compete in these games. And on top of that, I gotta I'm good with James Madison making the playoffs. I'm 100% happy with them making the playoffs, and this is why. Because they made the playoffs a 12-team playoffs for the really good teams. That's like 8, 9, 10, the really good teams that are still high college teams to make the playoffs and make some noise. But they also made it 12 teams long for teams in other conferences to get in. James Madison been balling. Like they've been absolutely balling this year. They've been looking really, really good. And they got a chance to go against Oregon and make a statement. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it'll be a good game, but I think this will bring a lot more competitiveness to other conferences, and now other conferences will see like this is a smart move. But to be honest, the committee, you guys messed up, bro. So many fans are mad. So many Notre Dame fans. And Notre Dame, they declined to play the game. Like that's how mad you made them. Alabama should not have made it over Notre Dame. It's like there's so many things y'all messed up. So many things y'all messed up. And that's just wrong. Like Tulane, shout out to Tulane. Shout out Tulane. I love Tulane. That was another one that a lot of teams said they shouldn't make it, but shout out Tulane, man. Good.
All right, Jerrick.
Okay. First of all, for all the Notre Dame fans and football players and coaches that are mad, y'all can kiss my tail. Cause for years y'all have been. I don't understand why y'all want to be independent so bad. I don't get it. Is it money because y'all get to keep all the money? I think it's a money thing because they don't want to have to split money with the conference. Because, everybody that's in a conference, you have to split money with the conference. Y'all make your millions of dollars every year.
Yeah.
Cut a little bit to the conference and you'd be in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting so tired of it. Notre Dame played Miami this year. They played NC State. You played Boston College, you played Pitt, you played Syracuse, and you played Stanford. That's 6 ACC teams. Why are you playing 6 ACC teams but don't want to be in the ACC? I don't get it. You play 6 ACC teams, just join the ACC. You join the ACC, you would have been in the ACC championship. You probably would have won the ACC championship, and you'd be in there without a debate. Then James Madison wouldn't be in there. But no, y'all want to be big and bad. Y'all want to be independent, and y'all lost to Miami. Very first year.
By how much?
About 3.
Okay, next.
You lost to Miami and you lost to A&M.
By how much?
1.
Okay.
But here's my thing. Why didn't they get in? Because you lost to Miami by 3. The last 2 teams, the last determining factors was Miami or Notre Dame. And the committee said it was simple. Simple as that. Head to head. Who won? Miami beat you week 1. So Miami gets in. Notre Dame, you've been doing this to yourself for years. You only made the college football playoffs. You made it last year. And then when it was a 4-team, when it was a 4-team, you made it once then as well. But my whole thing is Notre Dame, stop getting mad at other people. Get mad at yourselves. Join a conference. And here's my thing about the format and things like that. So whenever they started this whole playoff talk, I want to say I'm pretty sure they were in discussions back when it was a Power 5. But now it's a Power 4, which makes it even better because it's supposed to be the ACC champ, the SEC champ, the Big Ten champ, and the Big 12 champ, plus one more. Now it gives the small, like a Tulane, that was really good during the year. It gives them a reason and a chance to get in. But don't get mad at James Madison because the ACC champ this year is unranked. Because Virginia sold the bag and lost to Duke, who's unranked. Don't get mad at James Madison. All James Madison did was win their games, became ranked, and won their conference championship. So really, this whole entire college football playoffs, it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be the Power 4 conference winners plus one more team from out the blue, like your Boise State last year, which you said how that wasn't a good game versus Penn State. They were only down by 10 going into the fourth quarter. It was a reason. It was fresh blood. But I don't think that we need to be getting mad at the format. We need to get mad at the teams like Notre Dame and the teams that are in the ACC for allowing the James Madison to get in. So, hey, Notre Dame, cry all you want. Don't play your bowl game. I don't care. I really don't. But you did this to yourself. The ACC needs to be better. Shout out to James Madison for making it. You're probably going to get beat by 30, but you made it. You made it. You did your job. James Madison is on the come up. They keep getting better every year. Congratulations. Tulane, congratulations. You won your conference. You did what you're supposed to do. Congratulations. So I have no problem with the college football playoff format. No problem at all.
Okay, but so you think Alabama should have made it? Like, you don't got no problem with that one, huh?
Now I don't have a problem with it because of outside of that first loss to Florida State. I don't have a problem with it because after that Florida State loss, all their other losses, their two other losses are to an Oklahoma team who's really good. I think if Oklahoma's quarterback doesn't get hurt, because he got hurt, had surgery, came back, and when he came back, he wasn't that good at first. If Oklahoma's quarterback doesn't get hurt, they're a top 4 team in the country in my eyes. And then they lost to Georgia, they're Georgia. So I think that given their circumstances, they should be in there. And also, at the end of the day, it's Bama. But I think that Bama has a better chance than Notre Dame to do something in the playoffs. So I'd rather see Bama in there than Notre Dame.
Okay, so first I'm going to defend Notre Dame. Then I'm going to trash this notion that the system is okay. First of all, with Notre Dame, the first 2 games of the season, they played 2 teams that are in the college football playoffs, right? In Miami and A&M. They lost those 2 games by a combined total of 4 points. That lets you know that they're in that same atmosphere as those good teams, correct? They went on to win 10 straight games. On that 10 game win streak, there aren't no really impressive wins, but those first 2 games should have told you where this team is, right? So then we get to talking about them being independent and all that stuff. Last year, they made the college football playoffs, correct?
They did.
And last year, they went to the national championship, correct?
They did.
Last year, they beat Indiana, who was ranked 10. They beat Georgia, who was ranked number 2. They beat Penn State, who was ranked number 6. They lost to Ohio State last year in the championship. So this notion that just join the ACC and you'll get in and then there'll be no problems. Y'all let them in last year and they ran the table. They beat all these other teams that won their conferences. They beat all these other good teams. So they very well should be in it this year for that simple fact. And then the fact that you chose JMU over them, I get it. It's the rule, right? The winner of the conference, I get it. But we all know what's about to happen when JMU goes to Oregon in the upcoming couple of days or whenever it happens. We all know what's about to happen, right? If Notre Dame goes to Oregon, we don't know what's about to happen. Notre Dame just went to the championship last year. That's going to be a really good football game. But instead, because y'all want to go by this system and y'all want to put in the James Madisons or for example, could have been Texas State, could have been whoever won the Sun Belt, right? Y'all want to put in these
teams. It couldn't have been whoever won the Sun. It couldn't have been whoever. If James Madison would have lost, nobody from the Sun Belt would be in.
No. I'm saying if Texas State was in JMU's position, it would have been Texas.
Okay. If they were ranked, then yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it could have been any team from the Sun Belt in this position. Like it's James Madison, but I'm saying any team from the Sun Belt could have been in James Madison's position, could have won the Sun Belt, and they would have been going to Oregon, getting spanked, right? So I get it. You want to be inclusive. You want all these teams to feel like they have a chance. I get it. But it's not fair that you're gonna put in this JMU team that Jerrick, you made a great point the other day, and I think I made a great point right back at you. You said if JMU can somehow build a really good program, right? Then can they be more like it's not really just a win the conference kind of thing. It's more so of a hey, can JMU just be in there to be in there, right? Like can they be a top 12 team with her? I said no, because JMU will never be able to build their team up to be Georgia, to be Bama, because it's JMU. It's the Sun Belt. These 5-star athletes are not going to JMU. I'm sorry. It is not going to do it. If they're not going to Colorado with Dion, I can guarantee you they're not going to JMU.
That's fine. That's fine. But look at Indiana. Indiana came out of nowhere.
You're right.
They came out of nowhere, and they're in a big. They're in a. Of course, they're in an established conference where
That's
they
my
play
point.
good opponents. But my point is, why can't JMU keep building their program and then go join the ACC and run the table in the ACC? Because the ACC looks terrible. Why can't they do that?
Because the ACC is so bad, you have a point. But I still feel like that even JMU's best will not be able to compete with, like, even as bad as Clemson was this year. If they win against each other, I'm willing to bet Clemson win by a couple scores.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't
think so. I think that JMU could beat the bottom half of the ACC. All of those teams. I'm willing to bet. I really do think so.
Okay. Well,
like, look at Boise State last year. Do we not think that Boise State could have beat some of these bad Power 4 conference teams? They could have.
And when I think about Boise State and JMU, I'm looking at two different situations. Right. I do believe that Boise State is just a better program, a better football school than JMU is. I'm talking about James Madison, guys.
That's historic. That's history. That's history. We're talking history right now. Historically, Indiana is a basketball school.
No doubt.
Now they are number 1 in the college football playoffs.
But as you said, they're in an established conference, right? They're in a conference where you kind of have that ability to build your program to match up with these Ohio States, to match up with these Georgias, because you're in it's the Big Ten, right? I want to say, the Big Ten, right? So look, moral of the story is, like I said in my video the other day, it ain't gotta make sense right now. What I'm saying right now don't gotta make sense. But after that, when that clock hits 0-0-0 and the score is 70-0 in that Oregon JMU game, I don't want to hear nothing. And you know what's funny? Who's the head coach for Oregon, Jerrick?
I can't think of it.
Dan Lanning. You know who it is. You know who it is.
I know it is, yeah.
He is the kind of coach that will embarrass you. You saw what he did to Dion not too long, a couple years ago, right? He is the kind of coach that will come in there and say, we're going to put you where you belong. So this is like the worst matchup possible for James Madison just because of Dan Lanning's mindset. So it's cool. Y'all won't see. But I think that even Texas, and Jerry, we had this argument. Me and Jerry will go back and forth about this all the time. Texas, two of their 3 losses. Yes, they have a bad loss to Florida. I get it. But 2 of their 3 losses are to Georgia and I want to say, Georgia and Ohio State. Georgia and Ohio State. 2 of the teams that's having a first-round bye in the college football playoffs. That's their losses. Those 2 losses are more impressive than any win on JMU's schedule. JMU beat Weber State, Liberty, Georgia Southern, Georgia State, Louisiana, Old Dominion, Texas State, Marshall, Appalachian State, Washington State, Coastal Carolina, and Troy. Come on.
Okay. I see what you're saying, but how come whenever they first released what the 2 years ago, whenever they released what the format's going to be, what the qualifications are, how come we didn't have a problem with that then?
We should have.
But we didn't, because we didn't think that it would end up like this.
You're right. We did not.
You're right. So don't blame the college football playoff people. Blame the ACC and blame whoever else that allowed JMU to be in there. But don't blame them.
Yeah, both of y'all know this. This is not March Madness. This is not some Cinderella story that's going. This is not Virginia versus who was the team, UMBC that one year. This is not like that. We all know what's about to happen. And I tell you what, we love doing bets. Hey, I think Oregon is minus 21.5. Take the over. Take it. Take the spread. 21.5 is free. I'll tell you that right now. All right, y'all. So next up in the No Huddle segment, Rell talked about this a little bit earlier, right? The Houston Texans might have ended the Chiefs' season, right? Could have on Sunday Night Football when they beat the Chiefs 20-10. So Rell, you kind of said it, but I want you to reemphasize what you said. Are the Texans the scariest team in the AFC right now?
Right now they are a really, really scary team, but I think the one drop off they have is their offense. Like, they have an elite defense, elite Legion of Boom defense a historical defense, top 5 in every major category. But the one part that this Texans team really hurts at is their offense. Their offense is just really bad, just terribly bad. So I don't want to sound biased and say the Ravens are the scariest team in the AFC, but I'm gonna say the Broncos are the scariest team in the AFC right now, just because their ability to play great defense and they can run the ball. Whenever it gets cold and you gotta run the ball, they're the perfect team. I feel like they got the best offensive mastermind in the league. I said this when Sean Payton was in New Orleans, and I still think Sean Payton is the best offensive mastermind in the league. And I think that no matter what quarterback he has, no matter what offense he has, he just knows how to draw really glitchy plays that just know how to get open and know how to free players up. So I think if that defense can keep on playing how they've been playing, and Sean Payton could get this offense running great, how I know he can, I 100% think the Broncos will be the more scarier team. And another thing that a lot of people don't know, this has a lot to do with football, but football heads don't know this. But if Denver gets home field advantage, they play in Denver, which is in mountains, it's at a high altitude. So
Yep.
when the other players get tired way more faster than they do because they have to come and play at a high elevation. So while Denver players, they practice in this all the time, they play in this all the time, they'll have the upper hand advantage. So that's another reason why I'll say Denver is the most scariest team in the AFC right now.
I got you, Jerrick.
He literally everything that he said is what I was about to say. Like he hit the perfect nail on the head. This defense is very scary, and they are definitely the number one defense in the league. I will say that. Like it was a debate for the longest, Broncos or them, but it's clearly them. Like D'Amico Ryans and them playing. Like I'm not gonna lie, if we had to play them in the playoffs, I'd be so scared because like I feel like they're out there to hurt somebody. Like I know people play the game of football, like they're aggressive, like whatever happens. No, they're trying to hurt people. Every single game, they have 2 to 3 plays where I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're violent, but
They hit on Rasheed Rice.
like man, like come on. But they but like we said, their offense it takes a step down. They don't have a high caliber offense to match their high caliber defense. Now the Broncos, I'm not gonna say the Broncos offense is high caliber, but I'm gonna say that their offense is more capable. This year they've proven, and their quarterback has proven that they're more capable. Bo Nix has proven that whenever it's time to get down to it, when the game's on the line, I'm gonna perform. That's all it takes because we know that the Broncos do have the second or third. They have a top 5 defense for sure. So when you have a top 5 defense and you have an offense that can come through for you, that is very good, and that makes them, in my eyes, the scariest team when we look at it on paper going into the playoffs versus the Texans, who all year their offense has let them down. Like if their offense, like, do we realize that majority of these games they've held teams to 20 or less? Their offense couldn't have put up 21 points. Like that hurts. As a defensive player, that hurts that your offense let you down like that. So for that reason, I will say that on paper, the Broncos is the most dangerous team going into this playoffs just because they play both sides very well.
So y'all say the Broncos. I think that it's the Bills for the simple reason we all know why, right? Because of Josh Allen. But with this Texans team, everything y'all say is 100% true. The defense is the best in the league, right? The defense, they headhunters. They coming to hit you, right? You better have your chin strap buckled up.
Chin strap buckle. It's gonna be a long night
because they gonna hit you in the mouth, right? And even in that game, Rell, you remember we was texting. CJ Stroud made some big plays in that game. Some plays. Remember, it was 3rd and 16, specifically a 3rd and 16. And I texted y'all, 3rd and 16, dog. And and then it was one play where he was backed up on the goal line. He stepped up in pressure, made a nice pass. Like, CJ is good in the big moments, I think. Right? In the overall scheme of things, we joke about it, we clown him, talk about Davis Mills should be in there, right? Because the offense looks better with Davis. But in the big moments, I trust CJ. The reason being, you see him in the playoffs, right? CJ been in the league 2 years. He's 2-2 in the playoffs. Right, so he gets past that first round. That's his floor. His floor is divisional round. He hasn't been able to get to the AFC Championship yet, but he'll get you to the divisional round. So that does make them scary. The fact that we know CJ can turn up in the playoffs, the fact that I think him and Nico getting that chemistry kind of coming back together. We saw it on Sunday night against the Chiefs, right? And Woody Marks is a pretty good running back, I think, and they feed him. They will feed him, right? So they are a scary team. I don't think they are the scariest. Y'all said the Broncos, and I think it's just Josh Allen because at the end of the day, if the playoff picture was to start right now, the playoff started today. What quarterback do y'all think can go toe for toe with Josh Allen? There's not one in the playoffs
There's
right now.
not one.
Toe for toe. So
But there's defenses that can stop him.
Slow him down is what I'm gonna say because of playoffs. Like we saw the Texans do him dirty the other day, a couple weeks ago. But in the playoffs, I
Playoff
think
Josh
Josh
Allen.
raised that what's it called.
Playoff Josh Allen. Come
Yeah, that's
on,
what I'm
nobody
saying. That's
stop
what I'm
that.
saying. Like playoff Josh Allen, I think he can elevate above these good defenses in the AFC. So I think they are the scariest, simply because they have a quarterback that nobody can match right now in the AFC. All right. Last but not least in the whole segment, the Colts. Phillip Rivers, guys. They signed him to the practice squad. He had a workout with him at first. They signed him to the practice squad. He's probably going to start at some point for this team. All right. 44-year-old, hasn't played football since 2021, I want to say, 2022, 2021, something like that. All right, so guys, what's your reaction to this news? And also, this is stemming off of Daniel Jones tearing his Achilles the other day in that game. So, Rell, let me know what you think about this.
Yeah, facts. Just like Jalen said, prayers up to Daniel Jones. You know, we just said it a couple weeks ago. We thought he shouldn't have been playing with the fractured fibula, but just prayers up. Hopefully, he just makes a speedy recovery. But moving on to Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers hasn't played since COVID times, like COVID. And man, it's been a long, long time since we've seen Phillip Rivers. I saw a video of him throwing the ball earlier. It did not look good, to be 100% honest with you. And I already know this. Phillip Rivers has like 8 kids, like 8 to 10 kids. So I know he's been playing father time for sure, the last 5 years. And I just, I just I just can't see him going in there and making this coach team any much better. Uh, I really feel like if they want to win, they should probably start Sam Ellinger. That's one of their quarterbacks they have on the practice squad. They should probably play him. I'm telling you, I don't think Phillip. I don't think Phillip is the answer for this coach team for sure. But
Thanks.
regardless, unless Anthony Richardson can make a magical recovery, which he's not, Jalen did the research on it. I did a little bit of more research on it myself, and I actually saw him standing on the sideline today. They don't think he's coming back anytime soon. So yeah, I just think this coach team is done. Just got to look forward to next year. But unfortunately, they can't do that because they traded away their pick.
Got you, Jerrick.
It don't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Like as an offense. So like some people are saying, oh, but he's been there before. He knows the system. No, he doesn't. This is different coaching. This is a different offense. This is all new to him. And then on top of that, when you sign somebody in hopes of making a playoff push, unless he's just like still really, really good and not retired on the couch, you get somebody that matches your offense. Phillip Rivers and Daniel Jones are night and day. Phillip Rivers he's literally a standstill target. He's not going to move around. He can't run. He's not mobile. He wasn't mobile when he played 5 years ago. We know he's not mobile now. And your offense was kind of based around Daniel Jones being able to make these off-script plays, being able to use his legs, RPO action, read option action with him and Jonathan Taylor. Like that's what we saw. And that's why I thought, hey, just stick it out with Riley Leonard. Or like he said, go with Sam Ellinger. I know Sam Ellinger, he's a mobile quarterback. He's not necessarily a threat when it comes to running, but he can move. So I was shocked that they went elsewhere outside to go get somebody, and especially that it's Phillip Rivers. When I will say one name that they could have got, I know it's not y'all are probably gonna laugh when I say this, but they could have got Taylor Heineke. Like Taylor Heineke might be a better option than Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, it's better than Phillip Rivers.
We saw what now. Once again, you're gonna say, okay, the last time Taylor Heineke played good football was COVID, the same time that Phillip Rivers played, but he's a quarterback that can move. And as we see now, this is gonna kind of be a little bit of shade to Daniel Jones, but like their head coach Shane Steichen, we see what he can do with a quarterback. We see what he can do with a capable guy. And I think that we can all agree that, Taylor Heineke was kind of capable. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs regardless now that they don't have Daniel Jones. But I think that there were better options than Phillip Rivers. He's 44, coming off the couch. I don't know, but I mean, hey, prove me wrong, please. Hey, y'all know what's crazy? I would love for the Colts to make it to the playoffs. I know what I would love to see. I would love to see an Aaron Rodgers versus Phillip Rivers AFC Championship. That would be like, that would be poetic, but it's not gonna happen. But I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there. You know, why not? You know, you're gonna have a little bit of fun with it. I'm just throwing it out there, but it's not gonna happen though. But yeah, I'm shocked at this signing. I really am.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I think the Colts are the most delusional franchise in all of the NFL. And not only did you just bring a 44-year-old off the couch to save your season, right? But you also made that trade that Rell was talking about, and I was talking about in trade deadline, trading 2 first-round picks for Sauce. Now look at you. Now it's unfortunate because Daniel Jones did get hurt, and that's why we're in this situation. But they're so delusional that they think they can still compete and still go to the playoffs. So that's delusional for one. And then you're even more delusional by saying we can compete with Phillip Rivers off the couch. So this team has just been like it's like they had a taste of success this year and they can't let it go. Like, we know the season's over. Everybody on TV know the season. They'll give you a pass. Like, the Colts are the biggest what if team in the league right now. What if Daniel Jones didn't get hurt? Because me personally, y'all know what I was waiting for. I was waiting for him to crumble. I was waiting for him to go pumpkin mode. I was waiting. But unfortunately, it won't happen because of the injury. So this is the biggest what if team. What if Jay Bess was right? What if Jay Bess wasn't right? What if Daniel Jones could have took him to the promised land? What if he didn't? Like, it's a big what if. So we're giving you a pass. But to go sign Phillip Rivers like you got a chance with him is delusion to me. So this team been moving in delusional ways over the past two months. And I don't understand the moves that they're making. But it is what it is. Like Rell said, it's unfortunate. So them picks are gone. Right? So you could have just, took it on the chin, let the season go, and had a good pick next year. But not gonna have a good pick next year. And God forbid Daniel Jones don't come back like he was this year. You're not gonna have you pick the year after that. So I mean, hey, it's very unfortunate. And I'm praying for all Colts fans for what y'all are going through right now. Because it's not fair. It's not fair. Let's keep it going. It's not fair.
They feeling like in 7, leave a comment down below, yo.